Let's talk about an example where we've got some elements of the syllabus negotiated between the teacher and the students. And this example will inform you about how you could actually negotiate syllabus with or some parts of the syllabus with your students. Or in other words, what parts of the curriculum are open to negotiation with your students. Okay. Before we talk about the contents of this video or this module, I would just like you to take a little pause and think about, could you think of any components of syllabus which can be negotiated between teachers and students, whether it's the goals or the assessment or the evaluation or content or the selection of content or its gradation, which elements, which parts, okay? How would you integrate these elements of negotiated syllabus into your own teaching context? This is important to be thought about, right? There are various parts of the syllabus which are open to negotiation. So there are some parts which are directly under the control of the teacher. The bigger picture, let's not forget about the bigger picture. The bigger picture is the curriculum. The curriculum which we have got and which we are actually required to implement in the classroom. Let's say, for example, we've got the national curriculum for English language learning in the context of Pakistan, and we've got textbooks. But within this curriculum, on some days, we could negotiate, let's say, for example, how to do the exercises. This could be negotiable. Instead of the teacher doing the exercises themselves, rather encouraging the students to come on board and talk about some of the problems involved in exercises and how to solve those problems. This is how it will make the students independent learners. Right. The lessons, there are some lessons which are fixed, okay, fair enough, which are non-negotiable. But what about the participation? What about the participation process where the actually teacher involves students into pair work or group work? Can't we negotiate this part of the lesson with our students? And can't we negotiate the evaluation part of the lesson with the students? For example, obviously the teacher, once you are in the classroom, you give feedback to the students. This activity went well, this didn't went well. So this is how we just think about how our language teaching actually went in the classroom. So there are some parts which are open to negotiation. And so out of our daily routine, for example, in the classroom, or when, for example, some of you might be teaching English for specific purposes in some institutes. So you could take time and you could put your cards on the table and invite students to think about the elements which you are going to negotiate. And the whole philosophy, I do agree with this philosophy, is to encourage the students to become proactive, to become responsible, and to become independent. And this is how we can inculcate some skills of language learning through planned negotiation. And remember, this negotiation requires certain amount of judgment, informed key decisions to be made, right, at the right stage. So there are some components of language curriculum design, the bigger picture, for example, the lesson planning at its smaller picture, which are open to negotiation. So this is how we can take some possible steps to negotiate.